Great. So we're also going to look at a few resources for direct learning in Seesaw. So Seesaw, when you add an activity, gives you several different options. So we're going to go over a few of those today. So I'm going to go to my class homepage. I'm going to click on the plus add. And I'm going to assign an activity. And in my activity library, I'm going to create a new activity. And for this activity, some teachers have been recording videos in YouTube or different areas. You can also take a video that someone else has recorded. I'm going to take a Mystery Doug video for today. I'm going to click on Add Multimedia. And then I'm going to click on Link for the video link. Then I can go over to Mystery Doug, and I'm going to click up here in the top left where it says Student Link. And then I'm just going to copy and paste. And then I'm going to click on the check mark. And while that's loading, your link, what's great about selecting one that is already hosted online, the storage limit, you can have, it's unlimited with something that's already hosted on another website. So I'm going to click on the check. Okay, and then that was called How Does Hand Sanitizer Kill Germs? And I had already pre-written the directions, so I'll just copy it here. Okay, and then I can add my voice instructions. Click on the link and watch the Mystery Doug lesson. Click on Add, tap on Draw to draw a picture, or write about what you learned. Tap on Mic to explain your thinking, and tap on the check to add it to your journal. Now let it process. And then if I want students to record their learning right in Seesaw, I can click on Add Template for Student Resources. I'm going to choose a drawing. I'm going to add a text box. How does hand sanitizer kill germs? Up here. If I want, I can change the color. I could change the color of my background. Then I can click on the check. And then I'll save this. Okay, and then here, I can assign it to my distance learning classroom. I could also click on Edit Students if I just want to send it to specific students, and then I can assign it to that class. Then I can view it in that class. What's nice about directly assigning something in Seesaw is I can see right here how many students have already responded. And a new feature is also the drafts. So if I click on that, I will see a tiny little thumbnail. And as students do their work, if they create a draft, it'll pop up here. And as they finish their work, it'll pop up here. So it's a nice way to kind of see at a glance how many students have done that assignment. And if they haven't finished it, how many students are in the process of working on that as well. And then if I go to the journal, I did want to also point out that if I am a sample student, I had done a draft of this. If I'm a student and I didn't have time to finish my drawing, I could continue to edit it. So maybe I want to elaborate on that. And then I could turn it in. Another way, so Seesaw is great in that you could put a video recording as well if you want to record right on Seesaw. I'm guessing most of you have done that feature. Okay, and then another great feature, so I'm gonna go to add multimedia. I can record my lesson straight into Seesaw. So maybe today we're learning about shadows. I could explain it here and I could record it and then save it in the same way. Another option is you can take a photo. So maybe we're learning about repeated addition in columns and rows. I could take a picture of that. And then right in Seesaw, hi, today we're going to learn more about repeated addition in columns and rows. I could annotate on it, and I can click on done. I'm done with that. I can add more pages if I would like. I'm going to delete that for now. And then I can also do direct instruction straight as a drawing. So I could click on drawing here. And what's really nice about the drawing function is you can upload images. So I'm going to click on the camera, upload. And I had gone into Bridges and I had saved a screenshot. So I'm just going to screenshot which one doesn't belong. This was a second grade puzzle. I'm going to open it up here. Then I can record. Today we're going to look at 4 images and I'm going to describe and decide which one doesn't belong. And I can annotate on it. And then when I'm done, I can save it. I can also re-record it. I can watch it. If I like it, I can click on the check. And then I can add instructions. I could add voice instructions. I can say which one doesn't belong. And then if I want a different student template, I can go here, drawing, and I can then upload a different which doesn't belong. Make it larger, save the check mark. And then I can have students record their thinking on this new which doesn't belong. And I can save that. And then it'll be here. And then when I assign it to my students, it'll be right here. One thing I wanted to mention that is really nice is that students can view, if I add a response as a student, I'll just be the sample student. Students can always view the instructions as many times as they need to right up here, and then they can play it. So those are just a few of the different options. Seesaw has many, many options in terms of how teachers share information and students share information. Are there any questions? We are going to get into more advanced features at our advanced Seesaw webinar next week, Friday. But are there any questions on the things I just showed today?
I just wanted to add a couple of things, Julie.
Sure.
The one thing that we've learned if you add multimedia to an activity, you can only add one multimedia to an activity. So that's something to keep in mind too. You can't link like a whole playlist or multiple things. So just keep that in mind if you're linking to external links. And then the other thing also, what's nice with Seesaw is if you are going to use the app as your direct instruction tool, that drawing page, right, is essentially like a whiteboard. And it has a phone app and a tablet app. So you could use those apps to help like draw and things too. That's what's really nice about it. And for your kids too, right? Like they can draw on there a little bit. Again, if you're looking for something that, again, I always go to math because of the numbers and the visuals, but something that is more tactile versus having to type or draw with a trackpad.
So Seesaw is great in that it just has so many options right there. You don't have to really worry about all of the different tools. It's all one complete package
And then
in a lot of ways.
You discovered, Julie, what was the limit for the drawing if we do a video via the drawing tool?
Yeah, so if you use the drawing tool, there's a 10-minute limit.
Yeah. Which is really as much time as you want to have in one video. The research has shown, so just so you guys know, even if you have a longer lesson that requires maybe 15 minutes or so, you probably still want to break it up into 5 to 6 minute chunks, because research has shown that kids, actually most of us, adults included in this, our attention starts to wane after 3 minutes. And if you teach littles, you knew this already. So think about it, even if your lesson is going to take longer than that, think about how you can chunk it up into smaller pieces. So how do I turn my 15-minute lesson into 3 5-minute chunks? And that's good because then it builds those breaks in for your kids as well when they're watching it, right? So they're not sitting there and thinking they have to sit there for 15 minutes and stare at a screen. And most programs won't let you upload long videos anyways, because video does take a lot of processing power and a lot of server power or server space. So there are limits. Like Seesaw has a 6-minute limit for video uploads. YouTube has a 15-minute limit. So it just, good practice is try to keep shorter videos, and you can always chunk up longer lessons into smaller pieces.